We right, cool. So yeah, I'm back with third episode of Seen It All, and yeah, I'm very gassed to be interviewing Dylan Grayer, Dylan the Infamous, man, sick producer, rapper, one of my favorite guys in the underground UK scene right now. And yeah, man, just here today to chat with him about the Birmingham scene and his music, the stuff that he's working on, and all the collaborations and everything that's going on, man. So yeah, first off, yeah, how are you, man? How's things?
Love for having me in it. Love for bringing me through. I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, nah, really well, man, really well. Just yeah, we were saying, just on the grind, man. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to get shit done, man. Trying to make moves.
Non-stop, non-stop.
But yeah, 100. But yeah, the first question I have for you, really, bro, was like, love to chat to you about your introduction to music. Like when you were younger, kind of what was the music that was like around you, and the first kind of things you were kind of like shown when you were younger. And do you feel that kind of that maybe has like influenced the kind of stuff that you gravitate towards to today? Because it definitely like has done that for me, kind of thing.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, like, I haven't got any like musical lineage in terms of people that play or make music, but both my mum and my dad are into music quite heavily. My dad very much so. So like just hearing what he was playing, man, he used to play like funk and soul and hip hop and dance music and everything. Do you know what I mean? So I was hearing all of this from like a young age.
Sick.
Like, I can, like, I don't know if you can hear it, but like I can hear it in my tunes, the way that I pull bits from certain places that maybe other people wouldn't go to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, just doing the
100%.
same soul loops and shit. Like I'll be
Definitely.
everywhere, man.
Definitely, because when I hear your stuff now, like it's such a like I know that it's a Dylan the Infamous beat type shit, because you can just hear in the sound. It's like I think that's where like when producers get to like a real high level, when you just know without even looking at the tag, it's like that's their shit type stuff.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, so I think that must come from like the eclectic kind of sample taste and the way you flip and the way you kind of just manipulate all the sounds and shit, man. So
I think that's it, man. I think like just my ear has like been quite. I've been exposed to a lot of music from young, so my ear hasn't had to be kind of trained in like what to listen for. I kind of already like before I even made music, I knew what I liked. You know what I mean? So like makes it a lot easier, man.
100%. Yeah. On that note, man, I just wanted to ask that when did you start making music, man? Like, what was the start of the journey for you?
So I first started in like 2014. Like I first started like playing about. So I was about like 14, 15. I just downloaded Fruity Loops like everyone does, do you know what I mean? And started pressing a few buttons and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like 2016, like that was like, it wasn't like a New Year's resolution, but it was just something I wanted to take serious that year. So on the first day of 2016, I was just like, I said, I'm gonna make like at least 3 beats every day.
Sick.
So like throughout 2016 and 2017, I just kept on it. 2018 kept on it, and it's just been like I can't stop now. Do you know what I mean? Like
That's sick, man. That's amazing. And like throughout that journey, what was it like kind of starting in Birmingham, man, and being part of the scene there? Like you can tell me a bit about the scene and the kind of the spots that you're around, and when you first started, kind of the people you're around and stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, like it was obviously it's not as big as London scene, like nothing is really, but it like we had little pockets of things happening. So like when I first started getting into this like making music, we had like the Odyssey, like which was like Joe Caulfield, Dan Odyssey, Sly Diggers, Frank, you know what I mean? Like these are like really doing like high level hip hop, but like in the city. So they were doing events at like local venues like Rainbow before it got shut down, and we go through.
Yeah, I remember I was reading about that in an interview. Apparently that was like a big spot in Birmingham.
Yeah, man. I mean, like for ravers especially, it was a big rave venue, but they had like a Rainbow pub, which is like it's reopened now, but it's not the same thing. Like them times that like they were just throwing like kind of like underground gigs, and like when you're like 15, you get to see these people like just there. It's like, yo, this is sick. Like I can do this. You know what I mean?
Definitely, nah, man. That shit's really important, man. And I hear you, like outside London, it does feel like it's just kind of little pockets you've kind of got to find on your own and kind of dig out, man. Because I started off in Sheffield myself, and now in Leeds, and it's been very much you just got to kind of dig out the scenes and find where you are and shit, man. But for someone that's like new to the scene, because personally, like I'm discovering kind of like the Birmingham scene, man. I've been put onto a few new people recently, but yeah, I just wanted to ask you, like, what are the kind of venues and spots that, like, if I was coming to see some shit in the city or wanted to figure out, are there any spots that you say like these are the places, or like these are the kind of spots where things happen, kind of?
Yeah, man. I mean, like it is sporadic because obviously there's a lot of like kind of like venues in the city now where you can kind of go and get like a night for kind of like a good rate. So a lot of people are trying to start their own nights in different places, but I'd say Dead Wax is always throwing good nights.
Sick.
Like obviously if you want to go for funk and soul or hip hop or like metal, like they do everything there. Do you know what I mean? So
Nice.
Dead Wax. Rainbow Pub is doing little bits as well. Cafe Artem, if you know about Cafe Artem, they definitely still put some events on.
Nice.
And then like for the bigger stuff, like obviously Hare and Hounds is like kind of the go-to. A lot of like touring rappers and touring musicians.
Sick.
Yeah, so all of them places, man.
Nice, man. Sick. I guess I wanted to talk to you more about like artists that you're in touch with in Birmingham and other people as well, for like, because as part of this show, like later on I'll do a mix of, you know, just like music and sounds from the city and shit. And yeah, if you had any people that, you know, you'd want to put on from Birmingham right now and just like, I don't know, mention for people to go check out as well as your stuff.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, like Franklin Armstrong has like been a big part of my story in it, because like when I first started making tunes, he was like the first Birmingham rapper that I reached out to and started working with.
Sick.
Like he's like, we haven't released anything together for a while, but he's always releasing his own stuff, man. So like if you want to hear the real reflection of like Birmingham life, go listen to Franklin Armstrong in it.
Sick.
I'd also say like Jaden Clover is always putting on for the city.
100. Yeah.
And Manix as well, man. B Manic, like he's like kind of, he's a bit low key in it. Like he's not really about the promotion, but again, it's like these people have all got a very authentic view on the city and a very authentic place from where they're speaking from. So if you're not from the city, I think that's important. Do you know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, 100%, man. No, thank you for saying that. And yeah, got to send some links over, man, because I'd love to kind of like, yeah, hear my city, man. Definitely. But yeah, on the note of like collaboration and stuff, man, like you work with like some of my favorite artists from the UK underground scene, man, and I see more time, you know, your name's popping up working with like their people, and it's sick, man, because it's like I feel this scene is growing in such a nice way, man, and there's just so many sick new people coming up and people that have been about for time that are just killing it. And you know, people such as like Looms, like Obi, Seal Brooks, like Emmy LaRusso, like Bisk, all of these, man. And it's sick that you've been like such a part of all of this sound, man. And I just wanted to ask that, how did these kind of collaborations come about? Like, how did you end up meeting these guys? And yeah, how did you think it happen?
I think, like, to be honest, it was just passion in it. Like, I think we're all passionate about this music. And like, especially a few years ago, like the scene's grown a lot now and it's a lot more kind of accessible for people. I think a few years ago, it maybe wasn't as accessible. So like, we kind of felt like it was a very kind of niche pocket we were in. So like, if we were making kind of similar stuff and we fucked with it, like, why not? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%.
It's just been that way since then, man. Like, as you said, all them people I've been working with since like 2017 till now, like constantly. Like,
nice. So how was it like? Were people just reaching out to each other via like socials and shit, or was it like people linking up at spots? And
both, man, a bit of both. I can't lie, like the golden era of SoundCloud was very integral in a lot of these collaborations on my part. It's like that them times there you could just message someone on SoundCloud and like send them a beat and a tune would be out the next day, man. Like,
100. Yeah, 100. No, I miss times like that, man. I miss starting up and just being like, yeah, sick. Let's just do some shit, bang it out like the next fucking day, man. Like, nah, them were good times, man. But yeah, I wanted to ask, like, I don't know, because you see in these videos sometimes, man, these golden kind of studio moments and just mad things that happen. I'm sure there's been bare times where you've been like, yo, this shit's fucking crazy. Or like, there's just been moments in the studio. I wanted to chat to you about just, I don't know if you can recall any of them golden moments where you're like, yo, this shit's fucking mad. Or like, this guy's fucking got it. Or this project's a one type shit. Like, I don't know, man.
Definitely there's a few in it. Like, one I can think of the top of my head is like, the project won't be coming out for a minute, but like some stuff that me and Bisk have been working on, like it was like a 3-day session. And like when that session finished, like my whole headspace was just somewhere else, man. Like, like listening to the projects, like it's special, man. Honestly, it's special. I'm excited for that stuff, definitely.
I fucking gas to hear it, man, because I know Bisk is such an elusive guy as well, man. So when you get some shit, you gotta fucking, you know what I mean, fully take it in, man. So I'm excited to hear that shit for real, man. And yeah, I was chatting to some of my friends that also like fuck with your music, man, and they were wondering like when you're working with artists, especially like the difference between like a UK and a US artist, for example, do you find that like you kind of like alter your sound to kind of like match their energy, or is it more like they know what sound they want and you just kind of like pick the beats that you already got type shit? I don't know, like
Yeah,
how is that process?
it's like, to be honest, like it used to be more of the latter, where like I'd send them stuff that I think they would work on.
Mm,
But like now I'm like, I've started in the past couple of years to make beats like with people in mind as well.
nice.
If, especially if I'm doing like a full project, like this Imi project, the recent one, the Masquerade, like every beat I was thinking of Imi on it, and I was thinking, okay, like this
Nice.
needs to be a bit slower because of how Imi can rap on it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
project, then I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna take the drums out here because I know he's gonna say some mad shit at this bar. Like, do you know what I mean? I can already like plan out what he's gonna say there. Like,
Sick,
yeah,
sick.
man.
That's hard. So I guess yeah, just like as the kind of as you work with these guys more, you're just learning about their patterns and
That's
yeah,
it, man. Yeah, like especially when you get like a better relationship with someone, you can kind of know, like
mm,
they know what I do and I know what they want, and it's just easier.
100%, 100%. I guess on that note, like for any kind of producers that are starting up and like learning to do their thing now, would you give any advice to people that are kind of starting up in the UK scene and doing their thing, like in terms of collaborating or even just crafting their sound type shit?
Yeah, just do it, innit? Just do it. Like, don't talk
Yeah,
about it. Don't think about it. Just do it, man. Like, because
for
at
that.
the end of the day, like, a lot of people might make a couple beats or work with a couple people and think that's kind of them. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
really, like, really and truly, you just gotta keep doing it every day. And
yeah.
like, you'll find the people that you want to work with, and you'll find the things that sound good. It's
Yeah.
just time and effort. Do you know what I mean?
100%, man, 100%. But yeah, no, that grind is definitely you can see it's paying off. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
yeah, for real. I guess yeah, I wanted to chat to you as well about like about your rap stuff, man. Like I've been fucking or I've been banging Osmosis since that shit came out. Like on local that tape. Wow, I fuck with that shit for time. And I guess yeah, I just wanted to chat to you about like the transition from producing to rapping. Like has rapping always been something you've been on, or is it something you like did later on into your kind of like career and stuff? Like
Yeah, it's a later thing, man. I definitely weren't one of them youths that was rapping in like year 5 and that. Do you know what I mean? You know, yeah, I started writing when I was 7, like now.
yeah,
But like, obviously, like for me personally, there's only so much like feeling that I can get out of an instrumental. And
mm,
sometimes it's a lot of feeling, but sometimes I felt like I need to actually say how I feel
yeah,
as well. So like that's why I mainly like rapping over my beats, because it's like
yeah,
it's not like I'm trying to be like the best rapper kind of thing. It's just
mm.
an extension of the feeling I'm trying to give.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I feel that. And how did you feel like writing wise, you know, your journey was from local compared to Grey Station, for example? Like writing wise, you feel, I don't know, man, because obviously is I feel like the sound just keeps evolving. Do you know what I mean? But those two projects are different worlds, kind of thing, man. So I guess I don't know. I want to know more about like your headspace and stuff when you were writing those and kind of what your intention was when you started writing that kind of stuff, man. Was it just get it all out, or was it concept or
Well, I think like with local and like this Utopia before that, I think like both of them projects were kind of just really trying to find my sound and find my feet,
right?
and because I knew what I wanted to say, I just didn't know how to say it as such.
Mm,
A lot of it was kind of like just very like firmly based in reality.
mm,
And as like with Grey Station, I got a bit more imaginative with it, man. That's why it's like it's a Grey Station, because it's like we're taking it kind of just out of the realm of just like this is what happened then, this is what
yeah,
happened then. We're getting a bit more conceptual, man, a bit more imaginative with it. And like
nice.
I like that idea, man, of just being like a writer, not
Yeah,
just like saying what you see, like actually writing and kind of bringing
mm,
to life things that it maybe from your head. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%, man, 100%. And I fuck with like kind of like some of the merch you guys put like a lot of cassettes and stuff, and like just taking it back to that kind of vibe, man. Like what I guess yeah, like have you got any more ideas for like merch and shit you want to put out with like the upcoming projects or this stuff or
oh, definitely, man. I mean, with cassettes, it was more a case it was just cheaper than vinyls to do. So that's why we did it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't
100%.
like I really think cassettes are brilliant, but it's like I know that a lot of people like to support independent artists.
Mm,
And I think like I like CDs in it, like I did the Grey Station CD, but I think there's something about a cassette, man, like the way it kind of looks and feels. It's
yeah,
like it's a nice little ornament to have, even if you don't play it. It's a nice thing to put on your shelf, man.
100%, man.
So like, but yeah, like we're gonna keep pushing, man. We're gonna keep pushing and evolving with that as well. Like as the
Nice,
budgets get bigger, I've got a lot of ideas, man. So it's just like
nice, man.
getting the funding. You get me?
Yeah, bro, I feel that. Like, yeah, that's something actually I wanted to chat to you about. Like, just the life of like, are you an independent artist? Are you signed to a label or?
I'm independent, man. I've released a few like projects, free labels, independent labels, but I'm independent artist. Yeah.
Nice, man. I mean, so how's that process been for you so far, man? Just operating as an independent artist and just like working in this scene.
I mean, it has its pros and its cons, obviously, like everything. Having the freedom to just like drop when you want to drop, you know what I mean? You haven't got to sacrifice any of your artistic value to get any kind of commercial viability. You can just do what you want to do. And that is more important than having like a £10,000 budget for this video and
For sure.
whatever budget for that. There, like, we'll keep it minimal for now, but we're going to keep growing it, man. And as it gets bigger, like, everything will get bigger.
100%, man. No, I feel that, and I think that creative freedom, isn't it? That's an important thing because, like, being like, I don't know, like the idea of finishing a joint and then having to wait a year for the shit to come out and being in a completely different headspace when that shit comes, like, it's just mad to me, bro. Like, yeah, I think I love the idea of obviously having bigger budget to be able to do different things, but I don't know, man. I feel like the independent life. There's so much we can do as independent artists, like in this day and age as well, man. Like, the amount of resources we've got with the internet and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like really just touching base with the people, just being present, and as you say, being consistent and just on the grind. Like, it's bound to keep paying off, innit, man? So. Yeah, so I guess I wanted to chat to you as well about, like, I've been seeing videos popping up more of you doing live shows. That you did a recent one with Lee Scott the other day. How was that, man? How was the show?
I love doing shows, man. Like, ask anyone who's come to a show about the energy and you'll see
Nice,
that. Like, that's my favorite part about rapping, innit? Like doing the live shows, innit? Like,
nice, man. I fuck with that. Yeah, I really resonate to that as well, man. Like, what's your like relationship been with live performances, man? Like, is it something that kind of is new to you, or just very comfortable doing, or?
Obviously I've done a lot of beat sets and like DJ sets, and like they were cool, but there's only so much you can do. Like, there's only like that I can do. Like, I'm sure there's people that are a lot more fucking experienced with beat sets that know how to really engage the crowd. It felt like they were just kind of watching me play beats and listening to it. It's more of a background thing.
Okay.
Like, the way that I was playing my beats. Like, when I started doing like the rap stuff and I could really get people's attention and that, like, that's when like you start thinking, okay, I can do it like this, I can do it like that. And like, yeah, my first show was like last year, innit? So like since then I'm trying to keep building.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What were the other shows headlines, or were you working with other artists, or like what kind of shows you been on?
It's mainly been people that I know, innit? And like, so I'm headline and I say, yo, get Dylan on support, and I'm like, yeah, I'll probably definitely, man.
Nice,
that's what the least show, really. Like, them man were coming to Brum and they were like, well, we ain't gonna shout no one else, really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
sick, man. Nice, man. It's sick to see that organic kind of just development, man, and just from it's like, and yeah, I'm gonna have to come catch a show soon, man. Definitely, man. Definitely. Sick to get you up in rings as well, man. I think like
shout your promoters and that, tell them to get me up there.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So yeah, I mean, like, I think the last question I got was just like what stuff you got coming up, man? Like, what other stuff are you working on, and have you got any projects that you wanna talk about or are currently on that you just wanted to dive into a bit?
Yeah, there's a few bits coming, man. There's a few bits. I'm not gonna go into specifics just yet because we haven't it's now down. But there's a beat tape coming. Hopefully with Bad Taste in it. Hopefully with Bad Taste Records.
Nice.
They've been good people to us since me and Obi started working with them. So that would be like, and I know people like they do like the beat tapes and haven't dropped for a while, so that should be coming like very soon. I've got a Dylan Gray tape that's finished that I'm just working out what to place where.
Amazing.
Just for a video. And then like everyone you think that I've been working with, like, you will see music from soon. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nice. Well, that's mad exciting. Yeah, that's mad exciting, man. I can't wait to hear this shit, bro.
Yeah, we got a lot tucked, man. We got a lot tucked.
Hey, come on, man. That's good shit, bro. That's good shit. Yeah, I guess that's all the question. Is there anything else you wanted to talk on or touch on while we're having this interview, or is that cool with you, man?
Just stop for having me in it, man, and fucking keep tendency, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep
Thank you, bro.
reaching out to these man that are trying to do their own lane. You get me?
100%. Nah, man. I appreciate you coming on here big time, man. And yeah, mad excited for what's coming, bro. So yeah, thank you again. And sick, bro. I'll pause this.